What's up, Upshot Online? It's Ben, and we've been getting to be pretty wise guys around here talking about wisdom, learning what to do when the choice is up to you. Wish I had thought a bit more about that yesterday when I was with my friends. Another lesson to learn the hard way, coming up in 3, 2, 1.
Wisdom, knowing what to do when the choice is up to you.
You know how your parents sometimes tell you to do something, but you think you can work around it? Well, yesterday my friends came to the door and wanted me to play basketball. My dad said sure, but we were leaving for dinner soon, so I could only play outside. But when we got to my friend's house, they were like, wait, let's go in the basement and play NBA 2K22 on Xbox instead. Me being more of a gamer than an athlete, I thought that idea was fire. I mean, I was for sure that I could get down there and back before my parents even realized I was gone. But when you got really into that game, and I forgot, my parents had no idea where I was, and they were so mad when they found me in my friend's house. So now I'm banned from basketball on the street and the screen for 3 days. Why do I always get myself into trouble?
Have you ever felt like Ben? Like, why do I keep getting in trouble? Wouldn't it be awesome if we had a pause button in real life? Like a remote control we carry with us? Okay, take this video. Pause. Okay guys, what do you think will happen next? Do you think he'll land it or totally bust it? Let's find out. Wow, I bet that guy in the video wished he could have paused and made some adjustments so that he wouldn't have totally busted it. Wouldn't it be awesome if we could do that in our real lives too? Like when we're headed towards something that we don't even know is dangerous, wouldn't it be cool if we had a built-in pause button? In the Bible, Proverbs 22:3 says, "The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty." Prudent people or wise people see the trouble ahead and they pause. The danger this verse is talking about is the things you and I know we shouldn't do, the trouble we sometimes get into. And when we recognize there's danger or trouble, we should pause and ask God for wisdom. Why? Because if we keep going, what does the rest of the verse say? Pay the penalty. If we keep going, we're gonna pay a price. We may get into trouble, we may get grounded or lose a privilege. And then when we stop or pause, we need to think about what's wise. But how do we know what's wise? Where does wisdom come from? From God. And the really good news is that God will help us make the wise choice. And the best place to find God's wisdom is the Bible. It's literally God's words to us. The Bible is where we can read all that God has to say to us and all the great ways He wants us to live so that we can have the best life possible. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say you and your brother want to watch some TV. Neither one of you can remember for sure who controlled the remote last time, so you both grab for it, and before you know, you're physically fighting over this small black rectangle. Hit the pause button. You need some wisdom. You need to remember that God will help us make the wise choice. God tells us in Romans 12:18, "If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone." So, what's the wise thing to do in this situation? To fight over the remote? No, it's to bring peace. So wisdom means that I should let my brother have the remote. We need to pause, think about the trouble that can happen if you keep fighting, and then stop all the arguing before someone gets really hurt. Okay, what about this? Let's say you're hanging out after school playing some Foursquare with your friends. And the game starts, you toss the ball to the guy beside you and he tosses it across the square. And then all of a sudden, one kid accuses the other kid of cheating, and then this kid calls him a name, and it's bad. Really bad. It's a word you know you shouldn't say. And you're so mad that you start saying something else back that's even worse. Hit the pause button. You need wisdom. Again, it's important to remember that God will help us make the wise choice. God tells us, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up. Is the word that's about to come out of your mouth helpful? No way! When you know what God says about your words, it will help you make the wise choice. He doesn't want you to hurt your friendships with others. Remember, the prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. The wise see trouble and pause. They stop. Because if we keep going, there could be trouble. God will help you make the wise choice. Wisdom comes from God, and He's ready and willing to help us make choices that keep us out of trouble and keep us from hurting the people around us. So let's ask God for help every day so that we can make the wise choice. God, thanks for loving us. We know that wisdom comes from you. Help us to read the Bible, your words to us, so that we can make the wise choice every day. We love you. Amen.
Truth from God, because He loves us.
For the Lord gives wisdom. From His mouth come knowledge and understanding. Proverbs 2:6.
Learn it, lock it, live it.
So what I realize is that I gotta do a better job at assessing the situation. I gotta be on the lookout for trouble. Like trying to bend my dad's rules, that was trouble. Going to my friend's basement without telling my dad, that was also trouble. I should have seen it coming. I was supposed to stay outside. Trouble isn't worth the trouble you get into. Be wise, guys. It's worth it. See ya.
With a spark, the spark caught fire in my heart, and I can see it lighting up the dark, and now it's burning brighter than ever. It's down deep in my soul, the fire burning out of control. It's love and I gotta let it show. It's changing my world for the better. So raise one hand high, throw your light in the sky. We're gonna keep it shining forever. It's brightest when we're shining together. This little light up, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest, I'll be the brightest. No covering up, no shutting it down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. We're shining brighter than the sun. We're lighting up the world for everyone. I know we're never quitting, never done. We're only getting brighter and brighter. So raise one hand high, throw your light in the sky. We're gonna keep it shining forever. Oh, it's brightest when we're shining together. This little light up, I'm gonna let it shine. And in the darkest, I'll be the brightest. No covering up, no shutting it down, no blowing it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine.
This little light of mine, maybe it used to be little, but now it's a wildfire. It's growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Can't shut it down, can't blow it out, can't hide it now. It's shining around the world and getting hotter now. So throw your light up, come on, raise it higher. We're gonna start a fire, it's only getting brighter. So burn bright in the night for the world to see. This little light is bringing change and it
So
starts with
raise
me.
one